So I want to talk about startup advice. It seems there's like a divide. Let's just draw a line down the board. So this divide says that there's advice over here, there's advice over there. It's very binary. You've got advice like raise money. Can't succeed unless you raise money. And then you've got advice that says bootstrap. Okay. How do you contend with this? You've also got advice that says test everything. That should probably go on this side. It's really kind of something that a bootstrapper would maybe say. And then you've got the advice that says customers don't know what they want, you know what they want. Let's just call that the Steve Jobs advice, Jobs. You've got advice that says iterate relentlessly, don't assume. So iterate, ask your customers what they want, pivot, do whatever it takes. And then there's advice that says wait until it's perfect. Only ship perfect products, perfect brands, these stealth ventures. Some of them seem to do pretty well. How do we contend with all this? Well, it starts with this, is that startup advice is not binary. It's actually a spectrum. And judgment is what you need to be good at this startup thing. So judgment is where you decide, well, for this particular challenge in my business, I'm going to kind of take this approach. And for this other challenge, I'm going to raise a little money and take that approach. And for this other challenge, I'm just going to ship it and see what happens. Throw it against the wall, as they say. So it's a spectrum. And so if you look at the ends of this spectrum, if I were to look at the bootstrapping end, you might have sort of the DHH kind of thing. It's a whole culture. It's a whole mindset. If you follow him and you like him and what he has to say, you might feel that you're sort of in his head and that you double down on everything in the Signal versus Noise blog and in their books. And I've read all the books too, and it's great. But neither truth is the perfect one for you. It's actually all true. All of this advice is true. So no one, with few exceptions, barring malevolence, no one just writes 5,000 word blog posts and 100,000 word books to lie to you, with very few exceptions. All of this advice is true because for Steve Jobs, his mentality worked. For some bootstrappers, theirs worked. For people who raise a ton of money and they say that that's attributable to their success, that worked. So it's all true. So what you need to develop when it comes to startup advice is not to stop taking it or only take it from the right people, because then you're doing this. You're just stuck at one part of the spectrum. It's to have the judgment to understand which advice is true for your situation. So that's all I got for this video. Startup advice, it's all true. Choose which advice to take.